some changes, a man know it take a lot. You keep the word in your heart so you don't get robbed. This ain't no play, nobody. This ain't for TikTok. This ain't no TikTok.
The statement that I pulled from that message 4 years ago. Moving at the speed of grace, forgiveness.
Yeah. So
Moving
all
at the speed of forgiveness.
all of that was in the same
Right.
the same pocket.
Yeah.
And it was about just taking full ownership of where you are. And I think it was also important, which I'm super excited about, is just, and I mentioned a piece of it, is just reaffirming man, it's so good, right? So what happens in those moments? And we talked about this probably maybe a couple months ago, that what is our response in those moments?
Right.
And not looking at ourselves, but looking at what did Jesus do in this moment. When Satan tried to tempt Jesus, when he was in the wilderness, right? And he tried to offer him something, he reminded himself, like, no, I know who I am, right? And that's that piece, and where it's like, I know that, man, within what I do is this calling to help people transition from
got it
from a stale state into actively living, to like, that's a part of who I am. So that's a part of my calling. And so there's always going to be a huge piece of get up and get moving in everything that I say. Like, if you're listening, it's just, it's just not okay with you just sitting there. Like, I'm not okay with myself sitting somewhere. The whole staff can tell you I'm not okay with rooms looking the same. I'm not okay with sameness. Like, no, like, I'm not.
Right.
If and it's okay. Like, if you like, I don't know, staying the same, then we probably not gonna be on the same page. But if that's not you, then me and you probably gonna rock really well. At the same time, I love consistency and routine. So it's not sporadic,
right?
But it is like now.
Yeah.
Like, if we ain't got enough money for new furniture, change the furniture we got. But you gotta notice the season. You gotta notice when people have entered into automatic.
Right.
You gotta know when people aren't actively responding to the spirit within them. You gotta be able to see that, and you got to do something.
That's good.
You gotta do something for yourself. You gotta do something. I'll never forget.
That's good.
We're almost there, right? Oh man, this is big. I've never shared this publicly. Whoa.
Okay. He's filtering through
I
it.
say it all the time privately, because it's a story I overheard, not a story that's mine. But I own it as mine because I overheard it.
Got it.
But it's in between my mom and my dad, and it was one of the most gangster moments I got to witness coming up as a Poe. Like, if there's moments where it's like, dang, I wish everybody would have the opportunity to see something like that. Many people probably remember and saw the outside, but I got to see the inside. Now I'm about to say something. Reason why I probably haven't said this publicly, because and I'm tired of that too. I can't help people that just are. You already got motives. You already was gonna do what you're gonna do.
Right.
But like, so if you gonna use what I'm about to say to move forward your selfish motive, you just a selfish person. That ain't on me.
There we go.
Somebody need to hear it.
Yeah.
Right. Coming off the family conference, this is great too.
Here we go.
Right. And it was hilarious because we got to laugh about it. I'm sorry, Mama, I'm about to tell a story about you with Daddy. But we got to laugh about it even when my father passed away. And so
do they call it an accomplice if you with the person who committed a crime? I'm just in this seat, Pastor Deborah.
Even know if
I'm
she
just
knows,
here in this seat.
I don't even know if she knows that I heard this whole situation. But I lived upstairs. So this is the first time she probably ever heard me say it.
Got it.
But Mom, I done told a lot of people the
This
last
about
years.
to be good.
I done told a lot of people.
It's about to be good.
It was so gangster.
Yeah.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
so my dad used to go to Brandon to go play basketball in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much in that,
Mm-hmm.
right? God told him to move houses. He didn't tell him to change gyms. And so he would, and a lot of people, God tells them to move houses and they change everything.
Yeah.
And he would teach about, no, like he told me to still go to the same gym for the relationships, for the routine of prayer, all this type of stuff. He's like, no, like he told me to change houses. He told me to change gyms. So what would happen is he would go to the gym and come back. So essentially there's just baked in time that he would spend with God. And in that time, he just, and I'm just paraphrasing for him, just found that he had got to a place to where urgency had left him. And in doing it, he was like, nah, something needs to happen. Something needs to happen. And so on one of these mornings before he got home, he went and bought a new car. He didn't tell my mom, right? He just showed up one day with a new car. This car happens to be that white BMW that he talked about, the car. So it had so much of God in it. Here's the thing.
Right.
He never told my mom. Right? So the scene I got to witness was the first time he drives up to the house in this car. So he drives up to the house in this car. I mean, I don't know, you know. This is a setup. So my dad gets out the car. My mom comes out the house. She's looking at the car. He's next to the car. Y'all know, smile on his face. She's like, what is that? He's like, my new car. Of course, if you know my mama, first of all, once again, a gangster Pastor Deborah story. Because I don't even know how you survived. I don't know how he got to this point. Right? And so all the stuff starts flying. Where'd the car come from? How much the car cost? How did you buy this car? All this stuff flying. He says, I understand your questions, but I only have one question. Will you go with me on a ride? She is.
Yeah.
He says, I get it. But what I'm asking you is, will you take a ride with me? My mom pauses. I'm like,
yeah, bro. You first. Yes, sir. Yeah.
She goes, changes clothes, hops in the car, and rides out. Of course, we get the back end of the story of, he said, I had grown to a place of complacency, and I needed to do something urgently that woke me up. And his thing was, and he told my mom, he says, I'm going to work really hard to pay for it. But I had to do something. I had to do something. And in the course, the whole point of her taking a ride is to say, like, all I've ever asked is for you to just take the journey with me. Like, this is a journey of faith, and I don't feel as though I'm doing anything of faith. I don't like, and I didn't want to do anything that, and as he starts to give context, I didn't want to do anything that put the ministry in a position. I didn't want to do anything that it was me, and I needed to do something that woke me up. And of course she's like, I understand. And that moment, of course, me witnessing it, and of course also through the lens of seeing my dad as just this incredible faith hero, it just brought real truth to what it means to actually live by faith.
Yeah.
We see all these people shout this stuff from the mountaintops, but no one talks about when even then that you get to a place. He got to a place where he felt just routine had kicked in, complacency had kicked in, urgency was gone. I mean, it could be the result of like just the weight of questions, pressures, all types of stuff. There could have been a whole thing that added to that moment. But he knew he couldn't stay there.
Right.
Now, I'm not telling this what I mean by, you know, people could take this and be like, oh, I'm finna go do something risky. No, you just you just wanted to do what you want to do. I'm finna go do something, not tell my wife to.
Right.
Okay, bro. Like Pastor Poe did it, I'm gonna do it. No, okay, bro. Like, first of all, like he it's almost like he knew spiritually the limit. Yeah. You know, although he didn't vocalize it, he didn't endanger the household. None of these things, right? It wasn't like, oh, he did this and took money from here. The reason why we laughed when he passed away is because when they were talking about his cars, they got to the BMW, that white BMW, and my mom's going through the paperwork. He bought the car in her name. Hey, listen, we were like, what type of relationship did he have? You know, these are the people at Reeves. Right. He went to Reeves, ordered this car cost $110,000 BMW, and said, put it in my wife's name. She wasn't there to sign a paper. She didn't even know it had happened, and they did it.
Right. Yeah.
That's wild,
man.
And she was like, it was my car the whole time. Hey, another pastor. It was like, that is wild behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is wild,
man. That's good.
I hope people got the beauty in it. Yeah. And just saying, because I know God wouldn't be having this message be taught. God already told me the implications of the message. I shared some of them on Sunday. Is he doesn't want us to fumble the bag. Yeah. That it, you know, pick up your mat and walk. Don't matter the excuses, bro. Life has been happening to everybody. Right. But his promises, and that's the reason why, another reason he said, heaven and earth will pass away, but my word will never fail. He's saying this about living with urgency and saying it doesn't matter what's happening in this world.
That's good.
It's doomed for, calamity is happening, but my word never fails. I don't care what's happening in your life. My word never fails.
That's good news.
Stay alert. Wake up. Life has happened. Things have happened. Challenges have happened. This has changed. Just because this has changed, it doesn't mean it has changed what he said.
That's
the whole point.
Right.
Is that no, like none of these situations have changed his words. And that's the first thing we love to do. We love to see what life has done and then go to what God has said and says, how has life changed what you said? And he's saying heaven and earth will pass away, bro.
Before
things
my
will
word
happen.
changes.
But what I said is what I said. That will happen. This will happen. That will happen. I'm talking about in your life. But I said what I said.
That's good.
Like, wake up.
Yeah.
Like, pick up your mat, bro. This is just where I'm at right now.
That's good.
But I'm saying I also own the responsibility of not only picking myself up, but picking up everybody that sat down too.
That's right.
But so if I'm yelling for everybody, right?
Amen.
But, no.
That's good.
First of all, God's been too good.
God's been too good, right? Yeah.
He said, I would have rather you took the money, gave it to a banker. At least I would have got interest. Just think that's in the book.
What?
That's That's in the book.
Right. Yeah.
Then you come
Said that.
back
Right.
on the day of accounting, on the day of judgment,
Mm-hmm.
and say, you did nothing?
Yeah.
I would have rather you
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
showed up empty-handed, saying I risked it, made some bad decisions, and lost it, but I tried.
Yeah.
Then show up saying, but look at me. And that's where in second service we had to go a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's where once again when you hit the correct, we end up going all the way down the trail of realizing that what the last thing Jesus is looking for you to say on Judgment Day is, I had good behavior. And we think that's what he's looking for. We think that he's looking for good behavior. He's already dealt with your behavior. He already realizes you will be inconsistent at best.
At best.
At best, you're going to be inconsistent.
Right.
You're never going to reach perfection.
Right.
There's always going to be something you doing you should not be doing.
Mm.
That's why I sent my son.
Right.
So that in that moment, you could move forward.
Mm-hmm.
You could have peace of your mind, knowing that I am not withholding because you came up short.
That's good.
This is for your good.
Mm-hmm.
This is for your mental health.
Mm.
People talk about mental health. Forgiveness is for your mental health.
Redemption
is for your mental health.
Mental health.
You know, that man, bro,
Dang.
he already dealt with it.
Right.
But realizes the last thing he wants to hear is that you try to present yourself in your behavior to him at the day of accounting.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's the dumbest thing you can do. He already, bro, for what?
Right.
He said your good works are as filthy rags.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he say this? So that you wouldn't think that on the day of accounting you could present him filthy rags and he'd be like, this is precious gold.
Mm.
No. Like, bro, it means nothing if you have not used your talents, your gifts, and your treasures to advance the kingdom. If you have not done that, we have nothing to talk about.
That's good.
And that's what time served is no comparison to life lived.
Right. That's good.
Time.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's good.
Let's go.
I feel like if you have roots in Revealing Truth Ministries, you got a gym today. We got a gym today. So that was good. Thank you, Pastor Brian.
Yes, sir.
We're looking forward to finishing this week strong. The weekend is coming. Sunday's coming. We look forward to seeing you in the place. In between now and then, go through the rest of this day knowing that we love you. God does too. Keep attending and keep being most blessed. We'll see you soon.
Been a little lost, not a lost cause. Life moving fast in the soft parts. Friends come and blame me, nominee.